Hi, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to day 10 of our daily lessons in witchcraft. Um, First, I want to let you know that, yes, I've looked the same for the past 2 days, 3 days now. Um, it's because I am recording several videos in one day. So let's get started, shall we? Today, we're going to talk about gems and stones. Um, just like with herbs, gems and stones carry a life force within them, and you can use these energies to boost your magical workings. Um, gems and stones, that's hard to say, have been used for centuries in various different practices. For example, the Native Americans collect gems and stones for their healing, protective, and scrying properties, and the Jews believed that the amethyst would bring forth visions and revelations. Now, the energy forces put off by gems and stones can be absorbed into the body, and you can use them in overt magical workings, such as such as your spells and rituals, or you can use them in a non-active way, such as enhancing your own spiritual qualities. You can also use them to aid yourself in meditation. Now, because they can be absorbed into the body, you can get an overload from the gems and stones that you use. And if you start to feel uncomfortable, stop using the gem or the stone and come back to it later on. When you come back to it, if you still feel uncomfortable with that stone, then stop using it altogether. If when you come back to it you feel fine, then you know that it was some other outside or internal force that was causing you to not feel so great. Um, when you use gems and stones, you need to take their color into consideration along with their magical properties. Um, because, as we discussed several videos back, colors have their own correspondences. So you need to make sure that what you're doing not only corresponds with the stone, but also with its color. Before you use a stone or a gem, you should always cleanse it. You will need to consecrate it and empower it. You can let them soak in a glass of spring water. You can take them to a nearby creek or river and let the running water run over them. You can also leave them out to um, set in the sunlight or in the moonlight. And a lot of questions that I have gotten over the years, with teaching about the craft, and when we get to this section of gems and stones, a lot of people ask, is the size of the gem or stone important? Meaning, the bigger the stone or the gem, does that mean that it's going to put off more energy? And the answer to that is no, it will not. You can have one that's this big, or you can have one that's this big. It's going to be the same amount of energy. So you don't need, you don't need a 50-pound piece of turquoise to get the same effect out of a tiny piece of turquoise. It's the same amount of energy. When you have cleansed it and consecrated it and empowered your stone, you then, pardon me, you will then want to sit in a quiet place with your stones and gems, and you're going to want to hold them one at a time in your primary hand, being the hand that you primarily write with, and let the energy of that stone work its way through the palm of your hand into your body, and take note of how you feel, what kind of energies you feel off of that stone. If you didn't feel anything, don't let that bother you. That it's nothing bad. Try switching hands, and see if you get anything out of it that way. If you don't, leave it go for a little while and then come back to it later on and try again. But when you do finally start to get to the point where you feel the energies coming off the stones, switch them back and forth in your hands. Does one hand cause different feelings or energies? It's little things like that that you need to take note of. Now, in my book, Practical Magic for the Penny Pinching Witch, I have listed 87 different gems and stones, along with the element that they're represented by, the planet that they're represented by, along with their magical properties. Now, obviously, we're not going to go through all 87 of those. We would be here forever. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go over just a few of them. And the ones that we're going to go over are the ones that I use regularly. The ones, that I use regularly and on a, not necessarily a daily basis, but they're my go-tos. The first one that we're going to talk about is amber. Its element is fire, and the planet is sun. Now, amber is yellow or orange in color, and it's actually a fossilized resin of an extinct organic matter. It's an all-purpose gem. It's an excellent protector for children, and it's a spell strengthener. You can also stimulate the flow of money towards you with amber. In covens, the high priestess may wear one, as well as jet beads, just to signify her position. It's said to be one of the most magically used stones by the witches of the old religion. Our next one is going to be amethyst. This one is a transparent, crystalline purple color. Its element is water, and the planets are Jupiter and Neptune. Amethyst is used to transform negativity and strengthen the third eye vision or your intuitive senses. You can put it under your pillow or on the headboard of a bed for one that suffers from nightmares or disturbing dreams. Always keep a piece of amethyst in a room where you're going to entertain outsiders, such as friends or clients and family. It's great for headaches and preventing overindulgence in alcohol. One of my favorite stones is the bloodstone. Its element is fire, and the planet is Mars. It's very, very, very dark green in color, and it'll usually have either red or orange stripes or spots or bands in the stone. It's technically a jasper, but because of the unique properties that you get out of the bloodstone, I list it separate from the jasper. And it's also called heliotrope. So, keep that name difference in mind when you are shopping for your stones. Because some dealers, will call it a bloodstone, some will call it a jasper, some will call it a heliotrope. So basically what you need to look for is its coloring, and that will let you know that it is a bloodstone. It's used for removing both mental and physical blocks. It's great for artists, writers. Like I said in yesterday's video when we were talking about herbs, time. I use time to bring the muses to me. Bloodstone also works really well for that as well. It's been used for centuries in healing both internal and external difficulties. If you are going to attempt to heal another person, you need to keep a bloodstone in your pocket on your person to protect yourself from whatever you're healing the other person from. It's also used to bring money, increase production, protection of pregnant women, and they're also nice to have as gifts. What's cool about a bloodstone is if you use one a lot, um, and as you drain the natural life force from this stone, the red and orange spots will actually turn white. Now, how cool is that? And once that happens, then you need to return it to the element from whence it came, which means you need to put it in a fire, so that you can give it back to the fire. Carnelian is another fantastic stone. Pardon me while I attempt to get comfortable. This crazy weather we're having is wreaking havoc on my knees. Carnelian is its element is fire, and its planet is the sun. It's in color. It's translucent, and it's either going to be red or orange or a mixture of the two. It's an agate, and it's a very special agate. It's for career-minded individuals, it's the success stimulator. It's a very powerful action stone, and things will move very quickly with the carnelian. If you think you're going to be going into an area where there's a possibility that your thoughts might be scanned, you can carry the carnelian, and it will protect you from psychic vampires. Another great one is the moonstone. Definitely one of my favorites. Its element is water, and its planet is the moon, obviously. They come in 4 different colors: pink, white, green, and blue. The hues of the moonstone are very soft. They're not very bold colors, almost like a pastel is what you'll see. And promotes love and compassion and sympathy, not only within yourself, but within others that are around you while you have a moonstone on your person. It's called the gem of second sight. So it enhances your psychic powers, and anytime that you're going to do any type of divination, you need to keep a moonstone close by, and keep it with your divinatory tools. If you have overworked yourself and you want a good night's sleep, use moonstone. Place it under your pillow, and it'll help. It'll help you sleep. It can also be used in unblocking emotions between two people, to help two people communicate more. It's just, the moonstone is just, it's a loving stone. It promotes peace and love and harmony. I sound like a hippie now. Next we have the obsidian. Its element is fire, and its planet is Saturn, and it is black. It's a type of volcanic glass, which is really cool in and of itself. I'm sorry, I just cannot get comfortable here. When you find the little pebbles of obsidian, those are called Apache tears. Let's see. It's a stone of protection, and you can actually get mirrors that are made of obsidian. They're beautiful. I would personally love to have an obsidian mirror. I really, really would. And you can use those for scrying. Let's see. If you feel like you're around people that are like taking advantage of you, and you carry a piece of obsidian with you, then it'll like screen out that energy. It'll like make that energy go away. Hang on just a second, guys. My daughter's texting me. Okay, I do apologize. So that's obsidian. Next we have sodalite. Um, it its its element is water, and its planet is Venus. Um, Color wise, it's generally a really, really deep blue, and it'll have like strands of white through the stone. Um, this stone is actually often confused with lapis lazuli, but it's an excellent stress reducer. I'm a very stressful person, and a lot of times if I get overly stressed, I will use a piece of sodalite to help calm me down. Um, it it's basically like it's like an anti-anxiety medicine. It helps you go through your day without the minor things sending you into an uproar. Um, Sunstone, beautiful stone. The element is fire, and the planet is sun, of course. It's a tangerine color, and it's native to the state of Oregon. Um, it looks like a slice of an orange, actually. Um, and it this stone is an energizer, and it's a cellular healing stone. Um, so you can keep that on you to keep you energized and to keep the cells in your body um, healthy and well. Um, it's often associated with the sun and fire, obviously. Um, and it can be used in cancer recovery. Now, when I say it can be used in cancer recovery, it's not going to work for everyone. We actually tried this with my mother, and we didn't have a whole lot of luck. We may have waited too long. It was her time to go. There's a million different reasons as to why it didn't work. And the last one that we're going to talk about is turquoise. Not one of my favorites. I am not a fan of turquoise. I'm not at all. My wonderful, amazing mother-in-law gave me some jewelry for Christmas that my husband's dad, his brother, had given her like 35 years ago. Oh, it's been long. Yeah, it's been about 35 years. And she gave it to me and was very emotional when she gave it to me. And I didn't have the heart to tell her that I don't like turquoise. It makes me feel weird. I feel off. I'm off anyway. But I feel more off than usual. But I did wear it for her. Actually, she gave it to me at Thanksgiving, and I wore it to Christmas dinner, and she was thrilled. I mean, the jewelry is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. I just personally don't care for turquoise, which is odd because I'm a Virgo, and so I'm an earth sign, but I don't care for it. And its element is earth, and its planets are Venus and Neptune. It's turquoise is, I mean, you see turquoise and you know turquoise. It's like a baby blue color, and it's got like grooves and cracks and stuff in it that almost look like they've been antiqued. It's a beautiful, beautiful stone. I don't care for the energies that come off of it. It's a very absorbent stone. And if it's something that is in contact with your flesh over time, the natural oils and acids in your skin will actually drain the color from the turquoise, and it'll turn white. It's called the speaking stone. It enhances verbal communication, and it'll allow thoughts to flow like better. How do you say? More smoothly. Your thought patterns are more smooth instead of being all like jumbled and garbled up. If you're nervous, like if you have to give a speech or a presentation and you're nervous about it, carry a piece of turquoise on you, especially if you like wore it in a necklace. That way, because your vocal cords, and it will help you give a better speech, and it'll help cut down the anxiety of giving your speech. It's also used to enhance love and health, and happiness, and it acts as a protector of the spirit. So, obviously, by no means what we've discussed today is not inclusive. Like I said, I've listed 87 different gems and stones in my book, with their element properties, planetary properties, and their magical properties. But this is just a starter. I encourage you to do more research, look up the stones that we've discussed, and see what they look like. And do some research. I will put the link to where to buy my book down in the description box, along with how to find me on Facebook. If you found me by accident, please subscribe. If you liked the video, if you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to private message me. Don't leave nasty comments. I will delete them and report them as spam. Be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting, and you don't want to have to deal with karma. She's not a nice one. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.